My troops immediately rushed into battle to help the Folsom ninjas assault the front gate, but the crossbowmen began raining down arrows upon my soldiers. Luckily, we have decent armor, but it won't hold for long against the sheer numbers of them. So I send in some of my soldiers to attack the crossbowmen and use them against their own troops. Even with the Folsom ninjas ruining our plans, we managed to take out most of the Holy Nation troops with ease after taking control of the crossbows. But for some reason, these soldiers just won't give up. They're recovering quicker than usual, and fear starts to take over my mind. Is the power of their god real? Is he giving them godlike powers to rise from the dead? As I begin to come backed up into a corner from the relentless sheer will of these Holy Nation soldiers, I see the problem carrying off fallen soldiers in the distance. A plague doctor. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Geneva Convention, but for this segment of the video, just throw everything you know about it out the window. It's not really going to be useful here. I send 4 of my strongest warriors to break the legs of this plague doctor so he can no longer heal fallen troops. But my soldiers had a little bit of pent-up rage against the Holy Nation, and instead of just breaking his leg, they sliced it off with one good chop. But the Holy Nation truly are a force to be reckoned with. Even with a broken leg, bleeding out on the floor, the Holy Nation Plague Doctor continues to heal his fallen comrade, before even worrying about himself. If I were as weak as my brother Tin Fist, I might have let him live for his true altruism. But the Holy Nation are devil spawn, so I send my Arbiter to roundhouse kick him in the stomach. Finally, the battle seemed to begin to come to an end, and now it was time to face Inquisitor Valtenna. I send my troops in the Inquisitorium to attack, and immediately he rushes from his throne room. As I had taken out most of the paladins and grunt soldiers, I really wasn't worried about the Inquisitors. However, I forgot that the Holy Nation swords do 80% increased damage to robots with armor. It wasn't long before half my soldiers laid injured or dead on the floor. I managed to knock out Valtenna, but the sheer power of the other soldiers overwhelmed my army. I knew Valtenna would wake up soon, so in the heat of battle, I disarmed him of his most powerful weapon, the Paladin's Cross. Enemy reinforcements began to arrive during our siege, and most of my troops were killed, disarmed, or imprisoned.